The negotiation chamber hung suspended in the void of deep space, a crystalline bubble of tension and unspoken histories. Ambassador Michael Chen stood at the center, his tailored diplomatic suit a stark contrast to the alien delegates surrounding him. 17 species watched with a mixture of anticipation and growing unease. The chamber itself was a marvel of galactic engineering. Transparent walls revealed the infinite darkness of space, punctuated by distant starlight that seemed to pulse with an almost sentient rhythm. Holographic projections danced around the circular platform, displaying intricate diplomatic records, trade agreements, and the complex web of interstellar relationships that had brought humanity to this moment. Chen's fingers brushed against the quantum-encrypted datapad at his side. Years of preparation had led to this single moment, a culmination of humanity's most careful and precise strategy. Behind him, Aria Rodriguez stood like a silent sentinel, her eyes scanning the room with a predator's intensity. She was more than a strategist. She was the architect of humanity's greatest diplomatic gambit. The Krellnax representative shifted uncomfortably, its translucent exoskeleton rippling with barely contained anxiety. To its left, a silicon-based diplomat from the Nexus Collective adjusted its quantum frequency communicator. They all knew something was different about this negotiation. The humans weren't behaving according to the established protocols. Honored representatives of the Galactic Concordance, Chen began, his voice carefully modulated. Each word carried the weight of careful calculation. We have gathered to discuss the proposed collaborative framework that has been under consideration for the past 17 lunar cycles. A holographic timeline materialized, showing the intricate dance of negotiations. But something was different about this presentation. Unlike previous discussions, this timeline seemed to pulse with an underlying current of something more, a hidden narrative that lay just beneath the surface. Aria's hand moved almost imperceptibly, activating a secondary quantum encryption field. The room's ambient temperature dropped by a fraction of a degree, a change so subtle that only the most sensitive alien physiologies would detect it. The Trilaxian diplomatic corps exchanged glances. Their multifaceted eyes reflected a growing sense of uncertainty. Humanity had always been an unpredictable species, but this felt different. This felt like something more than a typical negotiation. Chen's datapad hummed with potential energy. Quantum algorithms designed by Earth's most brilliant minds ran complex simulations in microseconds. Each potential diplomatic outcome was being calculated, analyzed, and prepared for. We appreciate the extensive work that has gone into drafting the current proposal, Chen continued, his tone measured and precise. However, today's discussion will take a somewhat different approach. The chamber seemed to hold its breath. 17 species leaned forward, their various appendages and sensory organs focused entirely on the human ambassador. Something was coming. Something fundamental was about to change. Aria Rodriguez allowed herself the briefest of smiles. The game was about to begin. The holographic display flickered to life, transforming the negotiation chamber into a living archive of humanity's complex galactic history. Each projection was a carefully curated wound, a testament to the systematic marginalization humanity had endured. Dr. Elena Kim stood slightly behind Chen, her fingers dancing across a secondary interface. She was the keeper of humanity's memory, the custodian of every scientific breakthrough that had been suppressed, stolen, or quietly buried by the Galactic Concordance. The first projection showed the quantum genomics incident of 2157, a breakthrough in adaptive genetic research developed by a team of human scientists working in the remote research stations of Europa, had been intercepted and appropriated by the Nexus Collective. What should have been a revolutionary medical advancement became a footnote in classified diplomatic archives. On the holographic display, the original research team materialized as ghostly figures. Dr. Marcus Rodriguez, Aria's father, stood at the center, his holographic form holding a complex molecular model that represented years of painstaking research. The model showed a genetic modification technique that could potentially cure dozens of previously untreatable genetic disorders across multiple species. In 2157, Chen's voice was calm, almost conversational. Humanity developed a genetic restoration protocol that could have transformed medical treatment across the galaxy. Instead of collaborative development, the Nexus Collective implemented a complete communication blackout. The Nexus representative's crystalline body shifted uncomfortably. Its refraction patterns momentarily disrupted, revealing an internal turbulence that spoke volumes. Another projection materialized. This one detailed the resource allocation protocols of 2163. Humanity had discovered a method of sustainable planetary terraforming that could transform inhospitable environments into thriving ecosystems. The technology was revolutionary, capable of reversing centuries of environmental degradation with minimal external intervention. The Krellnack's diplomatic corps found themselves unable to maintain their usual stoic composure. Their translucent exoskeletons rippled with a complex mixture of guilt and growing anxiety. The terraforming protocols developed by our research teams were systematically blocked from implementation. Chen continued, not through direct opposition, but through a labyrinth of bureaucratic mechanisms designed to stall and ultimately suppress the technology. Aria Rodriguez managed the holographic interface with surgical precision. Each piece of evidence was not just a document, but a narrative of human potential repeatedly constrained. The economic blockades told their own story. Projections showed how human trade initiatives were consistently marginalized. Innovative economic models developed by human researchers, which could have created more equitable interstellar economic relationships, were buried under layers of complex regulatory frameworks. A detailed timeline emerged, showing how human technological proposals were consistently delayed, modified, or outright rejected, not through obvious discrimination, but through a death by 1,000 bureaucratic cuts. The chamber grew increasingly uncomfortable. The alien delegates began to realize this was more than a negotiation. This was a comprehensive indictment. Dr. Kim activated a secondary display, revealing the human research teams behind each breakthrough. They were not faceless bureaucrats or abstract entities. They were individuals, researchers, scientists, engineers, people with names, families, dreams of making the galaxy a better place. Each face told a story of potential unrealized, of innovation suppressed, of human creativity systematically marginalized. Chen's voice cut through the holographic landscape. We are not here to argue. We are here to present a comprehensive record of systematic obstruction. The Galactic Concordants had expected another negotiation. Instead, they were witnessing a meticulously prepared historical reckoning. Deep within the solar system, far from the gaze of Galactic Concordance surveillance, humanity's true strength hummed with quiet intensity. The Distributed Colony Initiative was more than a backup plan. It was humanity's ultimate insurance policy. Captain Sarah Nakamura guided her quantum stealth vessel through a carefully constructed network of hidden colony stations. Each station was a marvel of human engineering, designed to be completely self-sufficient and virtually undetectable. Massive asteroid hollows had been transformed into intricate habitats, complete with advanced agricultural systems, research facilities, and regenerative life support technologies. The Quantum Communication Relay Network was her true masterpiece. Developed by a consortium of the world's most brilliant minds, the network created a mesh of communication channels that could not be intercepted, blocked, or even fully mapped by external technologies. It was a nervous system for humanity's distributed civilization, adaptive, resilient, and constantly evolving. In the research station nestled within the heart of Ceres, Dr. Kai Chen worked on the final iterations of the adaptive AI systems. These were not mere computational tools, but living networks of intelligence that could predict, adapt, and respond to complex scenarios with a flexibility that defied traditional computational models. The key, Kai muttered to himself, adjusting quantum entanglement matrices, is not in creating a static defense, but in building a living, breathing system of potential. Nearby, holographic displays tracked hundreds of human settlements scattered across the solar system and beyond. Some were obvious, established colonies on Mars, and the moons of Jupiter. Others were completely hidden, tucked away in locations that defied conventional stellar cartography. The Galactic Concordance believed they understood humanity. They saw a species confined to a single solar system, seemingly dependent on external trade and technological exchanges. What they couldn't see was the intricate web of human potential being woven in absolute silence. Each colony was more than a settlement. It was an experiment in human adaptability. Genetic modification programs had created humans capable of thriving in environments that would kill most biological entities. Radiation-resistant skin, enhanced metabolic processes, neural networks that could interface directly with advanced technologies. Humanity was rewriting the very definition of biological potential. Commander Elena Rodriguez oversaw the final stages of the Distributed Sovereignty Protocol. It was the ultimate insurance policy, a comprehensive plan that ensured humanity could not be cornered, controlled, or compromised. If any single settlement was threatened, the entire network could redistribute, reorganize, and continue functioning with minimal disruption. The quantum communication relays pulsed with encrypted data streams. Millions of human minds, connected through advanced neural networks, shared information at speeds that would seem impossible to external observers. It wasn't just a communication system. It was a collective intelligence that grew stronger with each passing moment. Dr. Kai Chen's adaptive AI system made a breakthrough. The quantum matrices shifted, creating a predictive model that could anticipate concordance diplomatic movements with unprecedented accuracy. It wasn't just about defense. It was about understanding the complex chess game of interstellar politics at a level no traditional intelligence could comprehend. Sarah Nakamura's stealth vessel completed another silent patrol. From the outside, it appeared to be nothing more than a random piece of space debris. Its true capabilities remained hidden: quantum camouflage, adaptive propulsion systems, and defensive capabilities that could neutralize threats before they even materialized. The preparation had been generations in the making. Every stolen moment of research, every suppressed technological breakthrough, every marginalized scientific initiative had been carefully collected, protected, and developed. The Galactic Concordance saw humanity as a species to be managed. They were about to learn that humanity was a force to be reckoned with. In the silence between the stars, humanity waited, prepared, resolute. The moment Chen began to speak, reality itself seemed to shift. Holographic displays erupted around the negotiation chamber, transforming the space into a living testament of human achievement. Each screen told a story of resilience, innovation, and extraordinary potential that the Galactic Concordance had desperately tried to suppress. The first projection showed the Titan Terraform Initiative. Where other species saw a frozen moon of Saturn, humanity had created a thriving ecosystem. Massive biodomes stretched across the moon's surface, housing complex agricultural systems that could produce enough food to support millions. Genetic adaptations allowed human settlers to not just survive, but truly live in an environment that should have been impossible. Aria Rodriguez managed the holographic interface with surgical precision. Her fingers danced across quantum-encrypted controls, revealing layer after layer of human accomplishment. The Concordance delegates leaned forward, their various sensory organs struggling to process the information. A panoramic view of the Europa Deep Research Station materialized next. What appeared to be a simple scientific outpost was actually a marvel of engineering and adaptive technology. Beneath the icy surface, an entire civilization had taken root. Advanced geothermal energy systems, quantum communication networks, and breakthrough medical research facilities operated in perfect harmony. "We've heard your proposals," Chen said, his voice cutting through the visual spectacle. "Allow me to provide some context about humanity's current capabilities." The next projection showed the distributed colony network. It was not a simple collection of settlements, but a living, breathing system of human potential. Hundreds of independent yet interconnected habitats spread across the solar system and beyond. Each was a node in a complex network of human resilience. Dr. Elena Kim stepped forward, activating a secondary display. Our adaptive AI systems have developed predictive models that can anticipate complex interstellar scenarios with 99.998% accuracy, she explained. The hologram showed intricate computational models that seemed to breathe and move with an almost organic intelligence. The Krellnack's diplomatic representative's exoskeleton began to shimmer, a sign of extreme emotional response. They were witnessing something beyond their comprehension. Humanity was not asking for permission to exist. They were demonstrating their absolute independence. A series of technological breakthroughs flashed across the screens. Quantum communication systems that could transmit information across impossible distances. Adaptive genetic modifications that allowed humans to thrive in environments that would kill most biological entities. Energy production technologies that made traditional galactic power systems look like primitive campfires. Chen's presentation was methodical, almost clinical. Each breakthrough was presented not as a boast, but as a simple statement of fact. The message was clear. Humanity had been preparing, innovating, and growing while the Concordants believed they were containing them. The most stunning revelation came with the final projection, a comprehensive map of human settlements that extended far beyond the solar system. Colonies established through advanced terraforming technologies, hidden from traditional scanning methods. Not hundreds, but thousands of independent human habitats. "We are not seeking approval," Chen said, his words hanging in the air like a physical force. "We are informing you of our current status." Aria Rodriguez caught the briefest moment of eye contact with Dr. Kim. Years of preparation, decades of careful planning, generations of resilience, all had led to this moment. The Galactic Concordants had expected another negotiation. Instead, they were witnessing a comprehensive declaration of human independence. The chamber grew silent. The infinite darkness of space seemed to press against the crystalline walls, a backdrop to humanity's most audacious moment of self-determination. The negotiation chamber transformed into a crucible of unspoken tensions. Humanity's approach was not about aggression, but about a profound psychological recalibration of interstellar diplomacy. Ambassador Michael Chen understood the power of silence. Each moment of calm was a calculated strategy, a psychological weapon more potent than any traditional communication method. The alien delegates found themselves drowning in the weight of unspoken implications. Aria Rodriguez managed the room's quantum adaptive environmental controls. Subtle atmospheric adjustments created a psychological landscape that heightened perception and emotional sensitivity. The temperature dropped by fractions of a degree. Ambient light shifted almost imperceptibly. Each alien delegate experienced a unique sensory environment, carefully tailored to their specific physiological responses. Dr. Elena Kim stood as the silent architect of this intricate psychological battlefield. Her research into xenopsychology had been the foundation of humanity's most sophisticated diplomatic approach. Years of studying alien communication patterns, emotional responses, and cognitive frameworks had prepared them for this moment. The Trilaxian diplomatic court found themselves experiencing something unprecedented. Their multifaceted sensory organs detected layers of communication that went beyond traditional linguistic exchanges. Humanity was communicating through an entirely new medium, a combination of environmental cues, subtle quantum frequency modulations, and pure psychological presence. Chen's document was more than a diplomatic proposal. It was a comprehensive deconstruction of the Galactic Concordance's existing power structures. Each paragraph was carefully constructed to trigger specific psychological responses. Some sections were designed to provoke introspection, others to challenge fundamental assumptions about interspecies cooperation. The Nexus Collective's representative experienced the most profound disruption. Its crystalline neural network began to resonate with frequencies that challenged its fundamental computational models. Humanity was not presenting an argument. They were introducing an entirely new paradigm of communication and understanding. Quantum encryption fields pulsed around the chamber. These were not simple security measures, but adaptive communication matrices that could interpret and respond to emotional and cognitive shifts in real time. The technology was so advanced that it appeared almost organic in its responsiveness. Aria's hand moved subtly across a quantum interface. Each gesture sent ripples of psychological information through the chamber. The alien delegates found themselves experiencing memories, emotional landscapes, and conceptual frameworks that were not their own, yet felt profoundly familiar. Dr. Kim's research had uncovered a fundamental truth about interspecies communication. Language was not just about words. It was about creating shared cognitive experiences, about building bridges of understanding that transcended traditional communication barriers. The human delegation presented something far more dangerous than a military threat. They presented a complete reimagining of diplomatic interaction. Each alien species found themselves confronting their own limitations, their own narrow perspectives about intelligence, cooperation, and potential. The Krellnack's diplomatic representative's translucent exoskeleton began to shimmer with complex emotional patterns. They were experiencing something beyond traditional negotiation, a form of communication that challenged everything they understood about interstellar relationships. Ken's voice, when he spoke, carried frequencies designed to activate specific neural pathways. It was not manipulation, but a sophisticated form of empathetic communication. Each word was a carefully crafted bridge between different cognitive frameworks. The chamber itself seemed to breathe with potential. Humanity was not just presenting a case. They were demonstrating a fundamental shift in how intelligent species could interact. The Galactic Concordance had expected a negotiation. Instead, they were experiencing a profound transformation of their understanding. Silence became their most powerful weapon. In that silence, possibilities bloomed like quantum probabilities, infinite, complex, and utterly transformative. The final presentation wasn't a weapon, but a mirror reflecting humanity's most profound technological achievements. As Chen activated the comprehensive display, the negotiation chamber transformed into a living museum of human innovation. Dr. Kai Chen, the lead quantum systems architect, stepped forward. His presentation would redefine everything the Galactic Concordance understood about technological potential. The first holographic projection showed the quantum communication network, a system so advanced it appeared to defy the fundamental laws of physics. Information transmission is not about distance, Kai explained, his voice calm and measured. It's about understanding the fundamental nature of connectivity. The hologram expanded, revealing a complex web of quantum entanglement nodes. Each point represented a human settlement, a research station, a distributed intelligence hub. The network pulsed with living information, adapting and reconfiguring itself in milliseconds. Traditional communication systems looked primitive by comparison. Aria Rodriguez managed the technical interface, her fingers dancing across quantum-encrypted controls. Each movement revealed layers of technological complexity that left the alien delegate stunned. The Nexus Collective's representative found its computational matrices struggling to process the sheer depth of human innovation. The adaptive AI system took center stage next. Unlike traditional artificial intelligence, this was a living network of computational potential. It didn't just process information. It understood context, predicted outcomes, and evolved in real time. The system could analyze complex galactic scenarios with a level of nuance that seemed almost sentient. Holographic displays showed multiple scenarios simultaneously. Economic models, planetary development simulations, interstellar communication protocols. Each projection demonstrated how human technology approached problems from perspectives the Concordance had never imagined. Dr. Elena Kim highlighted the breakthrough in adaptive genetic engineering. Humanity had developed technologies that could modify biological systems at their most fundamental level, not just for survival, but for true adaptation. Humans could now survive in environments that would destroy most known biological entities. The Krellnack's diplomatic corps watched in growing amazement. Projection after projection revealed technologies that seemed to blur the line between scientific achievement and pure potential. Terraforming systems that could transform entire planetary ecosystems. Energy production methods that drew power from quantum vacuum states. communication technologies that could transmit information across impossible distances. Captain Sarah Nakamura demonstrated the quantum stealth technologies, ships that could become virtually undetectable adaptive camouflage systems that could modify their signature faster than any tracking system could comprehend. These were not weapons of destruction, but technologies of pure potential. The most stunning revelation came with the distributed intelligence network. Millions of human minds, connected through advanced neural interfaces, creating a collective intelligence that could solve complex problems with unprecedented speed and creativity. It wasn't a hive mind, but a collaborative network of individual potentials. Chen's presentation was methodical, almost clinical. Each breakthrough was presented as a simple statement of fact. The message was clear. Humanity had been developing these technologies while the Concordants believed they were being contained. The quantum communication relays pulsed with encrypted data streams. Millions of human minds, connected through advanced neural networks, shared information at speeds that would seem impossible to external observers. It wasn't just a communication system. It was a collective intelligence that grew stronger with each passing moment. Dr. Kai Chen's final demonstration showed the true depth of human technological potential. A comprehensive model that could predict galactic events with unprecedented accuracy, not through simple computational power, but through a deep understanding of complex systemic interactions. The negotiation chamber grew silent. The alien delegates found themselves confronting a fundamental truth. Humanity was not just a species to be managed. They were a force of technological potential that defied traditional understanding. In that moment of revelation, the entire concept of interstellar relationships began to shift. Humanity had just revealed that they were not seeking acceptance. They were offering a completely new paradigm of technological and collaborative potential. The moment stretched into eternity. As the human delegation prepared to leave, the weight of their decision hung in the air like a tangible force. They weren't just rejecting a treaty. They were rewriting the fundamental rules of interstellar interaction. Ambassador Michael Chen stood at the epicenter of this transformative moment. Behind him, Aria Rodriguez and Dr. Elena Kim represented the collective potential of human determination. Their presence was a statement more powerful than any spoken words. The Galactic Concordance Chamber had witnessed countless diplomatic exchanges, but nothing could have prepared them for this moment of pure, unadulterated human resolve. Each alien species processed the event differently. Shock, respect, fear, and a grudging admiration blended into a complex emotional landscape. Chen's final statement would be remembered for generations. Humanity chooses its own path, he declared, each word carefully measured and profound. It wasn't a threat. It wasn't a challenge. It was a simple, unbreakable declaration of independence. Aria Rodriguez managed the quantum encryption fields surrounding the delegation. Each field was a testament to human technological sophistication, adaptive, responsive, capable of protecting their communication with technologies far beyond what the Concordants could comprehend. The Trilaxian diplomatic court found their multifaceted sensory organs overwhelmed. They were experiencing something beyond traditional diplomatic protocols. This was a species declaring its absolute sovereignty not through aggression, but through a calm, calculated demonstration of potential. Dr. Elena Kim's research into interspecies communication had prepared them for this moment. The human delegation wasn't just leaving a negotiation. They were initiating a fundamental shift in how intelligent species could interact. Each movement was calculated, each gesture a carefully prepared statement of human capability. The chamber's gravity generators seemed to pulse with the collective intake of breath from 17 different species. Quantum communication networks hummed with the transmission of this moment, an event that would be analyzed, studied, and remembered across multiple civilizations. Captain Sarah Nakamura waited beyond the chamber, commanding the quantum stealth vessel that would ensure the human delegation's safe departure. Her presence was a silent promise of protection, of humanity's ability to safeguard its own interests. The Nexus Collective's representative attempted to process the event through its complex computational matrices, but human potential defied traditional algorithmic understanding. This was not a species that could be predicted, controlled, or easily categorized. Chen's delegation carried with them not just diplomatic documents, but the collective potential of human achievement. Years of suppressed research, technological breakthroughs, and adaptive potential were embodied in their very presence. The alien delegates watched as the human delegation moved towards the exit. Each step was a statement, each movement a demonstration of a species that had chosen its own destiny. They were not asking for permission. They were announcing their independence. Dr. Kai Chen's adaptive AI systems recorded every microscopic detail of the interaction, not as a defensive measure, but as a comprehensive study of a pivotal moment in interstellar relations. Each quantum of information was a piece of a larger narrative of human potential. The negotiation chamber seemed to hold its breath. The infinite darkness of space pressed against the crystalline walls, a backdrop to humanity's most audacious moment of self-determination. As the human delegation prepared to depart, the Galactic Concordance discovered a fundamental truth. Humanity was not a species to be controlled. They were a force of potential that would shape the future of interstellar civilization. Silence followed the human delegation's exit, not the silence of defeat, but of profound realization. The Galactic Concordance found themselves confronting a fundamental transformation in their understanding of interstellar relationships. Ambassador Michael Chen's quantum-encrypted personal log captured the essence of their strategic withdrawal. Each encrypted entry was a carefully constructed narrative of human potential, a testament to years of preparation and collective determination. The distributed human colonies watched through their advanced communication networks. From the deep research stations of Europa to the terraformed habitats of Titan, every human settlement understood the significance of this moment. This was not an end, but a beginning. Dr. Elena Kim analyzed the diplomatic interaction through her advanced predictive models. The quantum AI systems parsed every microscopic detail, creating comprehensive scenarios of potential galactic responses. Humanity had just introduced a new variable into the complex equation of interstellar diplomacy. Area Rodriguez managed the communication relays that would transmit their message across human settlements. Each transmission was a carefully encrypted burst of information, a narrative of independence that would resonate through their distributed network. The Krelnak's diplomatic corps found their traditional communication protocols inadequate. Humanity had just demonstrated a level of strategic thinking that defied their conventional understanding. They were not a species to be managed, but a force of potential that would reshape galactic interactions. Captain Sarah Nakamura guided the quantum stealth vessel through a carefully predetermined path. Each movement was a demonstration of human technological sophistication. The ship was more than a transportation method. It was a living testament to human innovation. Dr. Kai Chen's adaptive AI systems continued to process the diplomatic interaction. Unlike traditional computational analysis, these systems understood context, potential, and the profound implications of their strategic withdrawal. Humanity had just introduced a new paradigm of interspecies communication. The distributed human colonies represented more than physical settlements. They were living laboratories of human potential. Genetic adaptations, advanced technological systems, collaborative intelligence networks. Each colony was a proof of concept for humanity's extraordinary capacity for survival and growth. The Nexus Collective's computational matrices struggled to process the event. Humanity had demonstrated a level of strategic thinking that went beyond traditional diplomatic frameworks. They were not seeking acceptance, but offering a completely new model of interstellar cooperation. Chen's personal log reflected on the deeper implications. This was not about isolation, but about establishing a new framework of interstellar interaction. Humanity was offering a collaborative potential that transcended traditional power structures. The quantum communication networks pulsed with encrypted transmissions. Millions of human minds, connected through advanced neural interfaces, shared a collective understanding of this pivotal moment. It was not a celebration of separation, but an acknowledgement of a profound collective potential. Area Rodriguez's final transmission to the human settlements carried a simple message. We choose our path. We define our potential. The galaxy watched, and for the first time, it truly saw humanity, not as a species to be controlled, but as a force of potential that would reshape the fundamental understanding of intelligent life. In the silence between the stars, humanity waited, prepared, resolute, ready to write the next chapter of their extraordinary journey.